Tonight on KGW News, a man opens fire in a New York City office tower, killing 4 people. The latest from investigators on a motive. Plus,
I could see the flames in the background, and I could see like the smoke building.
From bottles ready to be shipped to grapes still on the vine, wineries in the gorge add up the losses from the Burdoin fire. And you'll want to pay close attention to new parking rules in this part of Portland. Then later,
yeah, it probably saved my life.
the hobby that helped this Portland man overcome a traumatic injury that he's now turned into a record-breaking feat. Thanks for joining us here at 11. I'm Christine Pitawanich. We begin in Salem, where tonight the City Council voted to take emergency action to make sure they have enough drinking water. The city is trying to get ahead of plans designed to help salmon that could also have a major impact on the city's primary water source. Catherine Cook has the story.
Absent Councilor Varney.
Aye.
Mayor Julie Hoy.
Aye. Motion passes.
In Salem, City Council members declared an emergency Monday night for its drinking water system. It comes down to a massive drawdown planned for the Detroit Lake Reservoir in the fall of 2026. According to the city, that will stir up sediment built up behind the Detroit Dam, which could clog the Salem treatment plant's filtration systems.
Conditions that are coming for us that we need to get ready for.
The Army Corps of Engineers needs to lower the lake to a level not seen since the dam was first built over 70 years ago. The National Marine Fisheries Service ordered the deep drawdown to try to improve migration for endangered salmon.
There's no legal or scientific reason to do what they're doing.
Some critics of the drawdown suggest it stems from overreach by environmental interests.
We have to handle this in a common sense manner. I am for the tribes and I am for the fish, but only when they will do the full research.
As plans for the deep drawdown move forward, the city is focused on how to mitigate the muddying impact it could have on Salem's primary source of drinking water.
We need to take some actions immediately, and really that is to expand our alternate supply sources.
Declaring the emergency will allow the city to fortify its water treatment system and add several wells to the tune of around $8 million. Salem's current alternative water sources include groundwater wells near the treatment plant and emergency supplies from Kaiser.
There's also an aquifer storage and recovery system here beneath Woodmansee Park in South Salem. Those 3 sources combined can provide 22 million gallons of water a day. But Salem's 200,000 ratepayers use between 24 and 25 million gallons a day.
Even with the wells, if we can get 1.5 million gallons per well out of it, that margin is still really narrow, and if any one of those things goes, it could really be catastrophic for us.
Other cities' water supplies are also impacted by the drawdown. In June, the mayor of Staten and council president sent a letter to the Army Corps of Engineers asking them to reconsider the drawdown. And last year, the cities of Sweet Home and Lebanon filed a lawsuit against the Army Corps of Engineers over a similar drawdown of the Green Peter Reservoir in 2023. They claim the project caused increased turbidity on the South Santiam River and damaged both cities' water treatment systems. The impact of this drawdown remains to be seen.
There is some hope that the North Santiam drawdown will be different. Every river is different.
In Salem, Catherine Cook, KGW News.
Meantime, in Lincoln County, city officials in Newport are asking people living there to conserve water right now because of drought conditions. They suggest people limit watering lawns and plants, but if it has to be done, water during cooler hours of the early morning or evening. Officials say other things that help include reducing shower time or waiting until you have full loads before doing the laundry or running the dishwasher. Okay, let's get you caught up on tonight's other headlines. Divers have recovered a body from the Columbia River that's believed to be a missing 52-year-old. The body was found at Wintler Park, where the man was presumed drowned yesterday. Vancouver fire officials say he got into trouble when he went into deeper water to recover some property. The medical examiner will officially identify the body. Officials are warning people to always wear a life jacket while swimming in our rivers. And a Portland man faced a federal judge today. He's accused of assaulting an ICE officer and damaging federal property during a protest outside the South Portland ICE facility. Prosecutors say last month, 24-year-old Robert Hoops threw rocks at the ICE building, hitting an officer in the head, causing a cut over the officer's eye. They say he also helped ram a stop sign into the front door. Investigators identified Hoops from a photo online the day of the protest. Then the FBI arrested him on Friday. He's charged with aggravated assault and damage of federal property. Also, a heads up, starting this Friday, the hours you'll have to pay to park on Portland's Central East Side are expanding. Now you'll have to pay for street parking from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday. This is in addition to the increased fees that started July 1st. Transportation officials say the changes are meant to help increase turnover as the demand for events, shopping, and dining grows. This is just the first phase. Pay to park hours will expand district by district through December, with downtown set to follow in September. Okay, let's take a quick step outside on this Monday night. We had some pretty warm weather out there today, with even warmer temperatures tomorrow. Chief Meteorologist Matt Safino here now with a first look at your weather impact forecast. Hey, Matt.
Hey, Christine. Yeah, it's a really nice night with a clear sky. I don't know if you noticed, but the moon set a little bit ago. Beautiful in the western sky. We're still in the 70s, 71 degrees, so a really great midsummer night for us out there. Look at the temperatures tomorrow, though. By 10 a.m., we'll be at 70, so about as warm as we are right now. By 1 o'clock, we're in the 80s, and then it starts to get hot. After 2 o'clock, we're above 86, and we'll make it up to about 90 by 4 o'clock and get a little bit warmer than that even after that. So we'll show you that in just a bit. So look at it this way. 59 in the morning, mid-80s or low to mid-80s by early afternoon, then reaching 81 degrees later in the day. So yes, we'll be cooking. That'll be our 10th 90-degree day of the year so far. Then there's this. Big thunderstorms developed in parts of central Oregon, and they sparked some new wildfires. We'll show you that in a little while. Still some thunderstorms rumbling around Klamath and Lake County, and then up towards Baker County as well, out over the Elkhorn Mountains here. These will die down tonight, but we are not done with thunderstorms for the week, not by a long shot. Frequent lightning over the next few days over and east of the Cascades. And then on Wednesday, that threat will expand north and westward and may include the valleys Wednesday night or Thursday morning. More on all of that, Christine, a bit later. Back to you.
I hope they don't start any fires, but appreciate you keeping us updated. Thanks, Matt. And today, a big story out of New York. At least 5 people are dead, including an NYPD officer, after a man opened fire at a Manhattan office building. It happened around 6:30 p.m. New York time on Park Avenue at a building which includes offices for the NFL and financial firms Blackstone and KPMG. Investigators say the victims included 3 people and a police officer. The suspect, identified as Shane Tamura from Las Vegas, was also found dead on the 33rd floor of the building. Officials think he shot and killed himself. One man said his fiancée called him from just 1 floor below, where Tamura was found dead.
She just knew that there was an active shooter. A colleague called up from the lobby who was there when it happened, and so everybody sheltered in place as quickly as they could.
No word on a motive, but when police searched his car, they say they found a rifle case with rounds, a loaded revolver, magazines of ammo, and prescribed medications. From Manhattan to Michigan now, where tonight we are hearing from one of the heroes who helped stop a violent stabbing at a Walmart. He says he rammed the suspect with a grocery cart to keep him from attacking more people. Here's Maggie Vespa.
Tonight, one of the men who authorities say helped take down a suspect who stabbed 11 people at a Michigan Walmart, describing how he sprung into action.
I could see the knife in his hand. It's like we locked eyes, me and him did. And I was like, I just took off running after him.
Retired Marine Matthew Kolakowski says he saw the suspect stab a woman in the back.
Just as far as he could get the knife into her, and then she went right down. He shuffled the knife from hand to hand, and he like spun and stopped like he was gonna come back and get her again. I hit him right in the rear just as hard as I could with the grocery cart.
Kolakowski and others, the sheriff confirms, held down 42-year-old Bradford James Gilly until a deputy arrived.
He yelled, "I'm a soldier," and that everybody in Walmart were bad people and that they pretty much need to die. And I was like, well, I'm a mother effing Marine. And then his eyes got big, and then that's when he stopped talking.
His brother-in-law, Chris O'Brien, the one filming.
I seen a mother and 2 children crying because their father was stabbed. Dad got rolled out on a stretcher, And then yeah, that's hard.
Gilly today pleading not guilty to assault and terrorism charges. Court documents show he has a long criminal record and history of mental health issues, including being involuntarily committed in 2017. The sheriff in another county 2 hours away revealing on Friday they received a court order to arrest Gilly, deeming him a substantial risk to himself or others in the near future. But deputies couldn't find Gilly, who was listed as homeless. Less than 24 hours later, investigators say he carried out the violent stabbing spree.
Glad those heroes were there. Now, that was Maggie Vespa reporting. All 11 people stabbed were taken to the hospital and are expected to survive. A motive at this point remains unclear, but at today's hearing, the defense attorney and judge had to interrupt him when he started talking about conspiracies.